little bit down.
We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we have department head updates tonight. There's 3 of them. We'll start with Tim Billiger, water and sewer.
Well, believe it or not, we're gearing up for spring. We're going through a bunch of our equipment and make sure it's good to go. Before we know it, we'll be reading water meters next month. We'll be here before we know it. Got some work to do now in lagoons as soon as the ponds open up. Got a new employee, Kenny Frazier. He started about 3 weeks ago, I'd say. I've been working on him with training. And so far, so good on the water leaks. But 'tis the season right now. That's about it.
You done a test run on the new meter readers?
Yeah. Yeah, we did them the last meter reading cycle. We actually read them twice. First time it was about a software, whatever it was.
It was a learning curve.
Yeah, and then
On my end.
you can
Don't
read it.
let them make you feel bad. They drive around to get the readings, so.
Yeah, about 1 cup of coffee, and then no, it takes about almost 3 hours to do it instead of basically
4
6
days.
Yeah,
6
4
days.
4 to 6 days. So it's way easier. And no dog bites. Yeah, so that part does work.
It don't matter if it's raining.
Yeah, I mean, I could bore you with the SCADA system, but that's coming along good. It's still got some more work to do. The guy's waiting till a little warmer weather to start with the communication side of it, because you got to put antennas up and stuff like that. But I know I talk about it at every meeting, but it's still chugging away. It's probably 50-60% done right now, so it's working really well. That's it.
Thank you. Tim Brown.
Put the road bands on today, and hopefully this coming week, as soon as weather straightens out, we're gonna start fixing some of the gravel, the potholes in it, and the asphalt, obviously. And that's about it. We're pretty much ready for summer. It's quiet other than plowing snow.
Thanks.
Just change yourself.
Brian?
Everything down at the transfer station is going good. Markets are steady, which I figured they'd be dipping a little bit more, but nice to see it's kind of stopped where it is for now. Besides that, there are a couple bills I am watching in the House. A little concerning if they do pass for the town. Hopefully, you know, they won't. So, good intention. One of them is the banning of C&D in landfills, which I'm all for. I would love to be able to recycle the C&D, the construction demolition debris. We just don't have the infrastructure right now. Once we do, then we're all for it. The closest C&D recycling facility is Epping. So that would be pretty severe trucking wise. So, besides that, nothing else.
Thank you, Brian.
Do you have anything, Shane?
No, I'm good.
I'm good, so I guess if no one else has anything for him, they can go.
All right. See you tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow night. No snow, Tim. You'll be at town meeting.
No guarantees on that.
That's right. Might be a water leak.
It's easier to fake one of them. than it
I'll
is.
flag traffic for you.
I bet I know how to make a water leak.
Thanks a lot, guys.
See you.
The next item is review and approve the February 22nd, 22 meeting minutes, but unfortunately I wasn't present at those because I was traveling.
Yep.
And Troy is not here tonight, so are we going to be able to approve those?
We can table until the next meeting.
Do you want to make that?
I'll make a motion, we table the minutes until the next meeting.
Got a motion? I'll second that motion to table the approval of the February 22nd, 22 meeting minutes until the next selectmen's meeting. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it.
So there's really not a lot, obviously town meeting's tomorrow, so, you know, that's where we've been putting most of our efforts, so there's not too much as far as business. New business is town meeting, reminder tomorrow. Polls open at 8 in the morning and they run till 7, and then the town meeting business portion starts at 7:30. Flume Media will be live streaming it. I did post on our website and Facebook page that information, as well as the links to Flume's live streaming, their webpage, Facebook page, and YouTube page is where you can live stream if you want. There is, Charity created your typical script, I think it's in your packets, that just, so you guys know who's gonna move and second the articles.
I'll also have a copy in your spot when you get there.
And it also will explain who's going to, it also lists who's going to explain that one article, as far as whether it be a select board member for some of the early ones, or some of the department warrant articles, the department heads, or in some instances it's myself. So Jay's going to be made aware that the department heads will be available to be at the microphone to answer questions and explain the article. Found that works much better than having you guys, you know, learn all the details of stuff. The department heads know it more than anybody else, so, but that's there. If, Charity, what's required of the selectmen tomorrow as far as their presence?
And they really should have a majority present.
Okay. So if you guys want to work some of that out.
I should be able to be here for the majority of the day. I'm looking, there's probably a 2-hour span that I won't be able to be here. Sugaring's gonna take a couple hours.
I've got a couple things to do in the morning.
Okay, I'll be here in the morning.
I think Troy's intent was to be here all day as well, so it sounds like we'll have a majority of the board here, so that's good. So look through your scripts. If you have any questions prior to tomorrow night, let us know. Then information, in your packet, there's a request from Eversource for abatement of 2021 taxes, and we have sent that to our utility assessors at San Souci. Haven't gotten a response back.
I heard back from Diana. She just was looking for the tax cards, which is the standard moving forward, but nothing else.
So we'll update you as more information comes. There's, I think at the last meeting we mentioned the application for 369 Main Street for their alteration of terrain permit was submitted to DES. We got notification that it was accepted by DES, so that's in your packets. And then we have 2 permits, a land use permit for Teresa Berry for 171 Mount Prospect to install a solar PV system on the roof. It's supposed to be a 7.2 kilowatt system. And then a sign permit for Tricia McCabe for doing Moments Salon and Boutique, which is the old Exit Realty next to Granite Grind. She bought that, and it's got her hair salon and a boutique in there. And that's really it. Then tomorrow is the big day.
Yes.
Do you have anything?
I do not.
Anything from the public?
Yeah, what happened to the sidewalk rumor?
So that, what happened, it appears that in some of their time clearing snow from the side of the road, whoever was driving it must have run something over something sharp, put a gouge in it, and then over the next couple of days after moving around, it kept pulling it so that the track tore, and it took a couple weeks to get new tracks, obviously the way supply chains are now. So it's back, we got the tracks, a set of new tracks, that's on, it's running well. So it wasn't misuse or mishandling, it was a honest air or something under the snow, they
Well,
just ran
It's the
over.
being of a track vehicle, and especially a rubber track vehicle.
So, there's
So
that.
you replace both tracks?
Yes, yeah, but so,
Both cars, just to make.
just one, but they come in a pair, but we saved the one, the good one. In case it happens again, we at least have that spare to put on there. Yeah, so that's done.
Gene, what were you hauling in the town pit today?
Oh, gravel.
Gravel?
Yeah.
Crusher run?
Yeah, they needed some to fill some holes somewhere.
I did have one more thing.
Did I miss anything else?
No, Al, you're right. on
Doesn't
that.
sound like you missed it.
Yeah.
Right, so I heard in Florida, the power deal was down.
Yeah. No, it was, we had to do a little redneck plowing with the four-wheelers and stuff, and the guys, I give them credit, some of those mornings and nights were really cold, and they busted their butts taking care of the sidewalks with that as best they could, but, hey, we improvised, we did well, proud of them. I will say that, I forgot to mention, there was a woman came into my office, had a concern about, dogs running loose out of their yards. She's had a few instances where she was walking her dog, which was on a leash, and as she walked by some residences, the dogs would come out. Some not so aggressive, but one of them, which really scared her over the weekend, was very aggressive. Her initial, I was made aware of it through, she posted it on Facebook, and then that creates all the drama that Facebook creates. Through Brian's assistance, he contacted her and said, hey, maybe you should go and talk to the town manager, because her first thought was to go to, she called it town meeting. I think she did mean the selectmen's meeting, not town meeting. I told Brian, and I told the woman when she did come in and talk to me this afternoon, and I said, just so you know, you can go to the selectmen if you want, but what will probably happen is you'll state your issue. The selectmen will look at me and say, did you know anything about this, Ben? And I'll say no, and then you'll say, can you look into it, Ben? And I'll say yes, and then that'll be the issue. So save yourself an evening, and I'll look into it with the police chief and see what we can do about it. I said, and then, if you think that the town manager isn't doing his job and he's useless, which is a valid complaint, I said, then you can go to the select board and say the town manager is useless and not doing his job. So she was very, very understanding and cooperative about that, and I told her I'd look into it and get back in touch with her. Yeah. So I told her I would make sure I did bring that up with you guys.
Yeah, sounds good. Anything else from the public? Seeing nothing else, a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that motion. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And the ayes have it.
I'll lock the door.
Thank you. Hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow.